Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
And welcome to the newscast this evening. I'm Odette Campbell. In the headlines, government sets up prison facility on Grandans Beach. NDC PRO calls for a rescinding of the decision. The Attorney General explains the rationale. Populace breathing easier tonight with easement of emergency regulations. Government minister and town of Grenville in mourning as prominent businessman Mr. Peter Bain transitions following his battle with COVID-19. On the flip side, a Grand Roy woman celebrates her 100th birthday today after overcoming the coronavirus. That's something to look forward to. Rena Pear will fill us in with the jubilation and celebration. Now, let's cross to Prisca Patterson for a look ahead to the GBN News World and Sporting segments.
Legendary singer Bob Marley's daughter Cedella seeks to boost Jamaica's women's football through the Football is Freedom initiative. And around the globe, Guyana police relying on a video confession to prosecute detainee for burning Brickdam police station. And in California, crews race to contain massive oil spill.
We'll bring you the details of those and other stories right after this message.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising media, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
And now for the news in detail. Tonight we're moving from the hillside to the beachfront. The south of the island is popularly recognized as the country's hotel belt, and just about any service one may seek could be found in the Grandans area. Now, there's another addition to that popular stretch of landmass, a prison close to the beach.
The Grandans Beach is internationally famous for its long stretch of pristine white sand and is encircled by a chain of hotels and prime real estate properties. This is the atmosphere that some prisoners are waking up to daily, as their residence is now the St. George's University building, nestled on the beach close to a 5-star resort and in now stalled Kempton Kawana Bay Hotel project. According to the September 24th edition of the Government Gazette, the cells in Building 3 of the Grandans campus of the St. George's University at Grandans are hereby declared to be prisons and lockups with effect from the 24th day of September 2021. Public Relations Officer for the National Democratic Congress, Claudette Joseph, who is a lawyer by profession, can't rationalize the government's decision.
I find that incredible. I find it incredible, Blossom, because, every decision, every action starts with an idea. And obviously, somewhere along the line, someone, for some reason, gave those responsible for national security in Grenada, and that's the Minister of National Security, the Prime Minister himself, and the Commissioner of Police and so on, gave them the idea. Somebody came up with an idea that a prison should be housed on Grandans Beach.
Speaking on GBN's To The Point program on Tuesday morning, Ms. Joseph called on the government to reverse this decision.
we think that it's a really bad idea. It suggests people in authority who are bankrupt of ideas. It points to the obvious need and the dire need for new leaders at the helm, new thinking, because I don't know what could justify or rationalize the placement of prison facilities in that location.
However, Attorney General Dia Forrester said there was a need for the action.
In relation to the prison facility at the Grandlands campus, there was a need to have additional facilities to house prisoners who may have tested positive for COVID-19 before having them admitted to Her Majesty's Prison at Richmond Hill. Now, that is the reason why we have this new facility at where SGU formerly held its campus at Grandlands. I'm unable to speak, for instance, to the number of cells at the facility. I will have to revert to the Commissioner to provide additional details in relation to the facility and how it operates and other matters relating to the same.
The regulation is cited as Prisons Declaration, Grandlands Prisons and Lockups, Order 2021, and it states that the facility shall be known as the Grandlands Prisons and Lockups. Cherry and Blackman, Stephen, GBN News.
Good news. We have some good news for you. People here are breathing a sigh of relief as a month of stringent restrictions are coming to an end. Government's measures over the past weeks to stem the spread of the coronavirus appears to have had some success. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell outlined easements in a national address on Tuesday. He announced that the numbers of positive cases have been declining drastically, leading to the changes being made.
Retail stores have been given the green light to resume regular business operations. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell during his address to the nation on Tuesday. According to Prime Minister Mitchell, the decision forms part of efforts to return the island to a state of normalcy.
Therefore, effective October 5th and continuing until October 19th, the nightly curfew will continue, but will be adjusted from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., not 5 a.m. as done before. The no movement weekends will be discontinued.
Those measures over the past couple of weeks, the PM noted, have proven to have served to an extent to curb the spread of the coronavirus.
Retail stores across the country will now be allowed to resume normal operations, but we encourage store managers to maintain 50% capacity in the store at all times as a maximum, and ensure that workers and patrons alike are following the recommended protocols. These are proper wearing of masks, appropriate physical distancing, avoiding large gatherings, and regular hand sanitization.
Additionally, operators in the food, accommodation, and fitness industries have also been given reasons to smile. However, with some very strict specifications, as vaccination holds the key for some businesses reopening.
And acting on the general recommendation, employees in the food service, accommodation, fitness, beauty, child and elderly care sectors must be fully vaccinated, or in cases where they have received only one dose, the second dose must be administered within specific period after the resumption of operations.
Christelina John, GBN News.
And let's move now to some sad news. The people of St. Andrew and surrounding areas are mourning the loss of a stalwart as the deadly coronavirus has claimed the life of Mr. Peter Bain of Granborough in St. Andrew. Mr. Bain is well known for his many contributions and the community and the country as a whole through his cultural and other platforms, impacting many lives positively as he did yeoman service to the country. More in this report.
The parish of St. Andrew is grief-stricken as Grenada lost another icon on Monday night to COVID-19. Peter Bain was not only known for his humanitarian work, but also his contribution to Grenada's culture. Bain is the founder of the Rainbow City Mass Band and the St. Andrew's Mother's Day annual Queen Show. He was also the owner of the popular Bain's nightclub in the town of Grenville. Many remembered him as one who would always lend a helping hand to those in need.
Well, I know Mr. Peter Bain a very long time because part of my school life in St. Andrews Anglican Secondary, he was there in a much higher form than me. He was a good athlete and everything, a good sportsman. And coming to the culture, was a very energetic man in the culture. He created the Mother's Day Queen Show. He have one of the best mass band in Grenada and everything, you know. He will be well missed by the people of St. Andrews and Grenada as a whole, you know.
He was a good man, and everybody was their favorite. That was a favorite to everybody around the place.
I will miss him. I always take part in Mother's Day Queen Show. Anytime he have that come up, I'll always be there. So I know I'll miss him.
Carnival is not much fun with the Queen Show. Always to put out myself, to go and sit down and enjoy myself. I'm very much deeply and grieved of the loss of a very good friend of mine. Whenever he passed around, he always passed to look for Castle. Even his wife, Miss Nola, we all go a long way. God bless him, may he rest in peace.
Bain passed away on Monday night at the General Hospital where he was battling COVID-19. It's a difficult time for his wife, Mrs. Nola Bain, and the children, Janelle, Akido, and Jamar Bain. As they try to come to terms with the loss of the man they considered the pillar of their home.
What seriously? Was I could express my dad. My dad is someone that he lived his life to help people.
Dad was a humanitarian. He always taught us to be humble, to stay humble. We're going to pick up that torch that he left, lighting that torch of love and compassion for humankind, and carry that torch and carry that legacy.
It's not just me. I didn't just lose a father. You know, the community of Granborough lost a father. He was active in society, culture, sports, and the whole of St. Andrews in particular lost a father, not just us here.
I just want to say a special thank you to the two nurses at the General Hospital, the three as a matter of fact, who took the opportunity to give me special love, even if when they were not working in the ward.
Mr. Bain is also survived by his 86-year-old mother.
As I say, I don't know how to do without him and make out without him. But God is so good, you know, and merciful. I ask for strength.
Mr. Peter Bain was also the brother of Government Minister Yolande Bain Hosford and son of the late Norris Bain, who died on October 19, 1983, during the revolutionary upheaval. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
We here at the GBN would like to extend our condolences to his family and to all of Grenada, because we know, as mentioned in the story, and even without having heard that in the story, he was somebody who touched Grenada in various ways, a businessman, a cultural icon. And so to Minister Yolande Bain Hosford, her mom, his wife, his children, and to all persons, we extend our sincerest condolences. To every sad story, there is another that causes you probably to have hope. While the coronavirus may have taken the lives of many, there's a centenarian who has more to celebrate today, as she not only reached the 100 milestone, but she kicked COVID-19 to the curb to do so. Rena Pei spoke with her and observed as the family was in celebratory mood today.
Joan Abraham of Grand Roy St. John celebrated her 100th birthday on Tuesday in style, as her grand and great-grandchildren gathered to sing happy birthday to her while showering her with gifts and goodies. But Miss Abraham is not just any centenarian. She is a survivor of COVID-19. Just a few weeks ago, the then 99-year-old contracted the virus and emerged victorious from the battle. Joan still has most of her senses, with a spicy personality. She spoke to GBN on her special day.
So you are 100 years today. You happy?
Of course.
And I think all these people are new. Is these people?
Well, it's all the people are accustomed. When they pass in, they call me and other things, so. And they respect me.
So, well, I want to know what I could do to reach 100, and I don't want to tell me the secret.
I can't be bothered to tell you nothing. Thank God, I live in steel.
What's your favorite food?
Breadfruit. Got the breadfruit tree right in front of you.
Like it?
Good.
Miss Abraham is one of 11 children with only 3 remaining siblings. She is also the mother of 5. Her grandnephew Ian Abraham and other family members recalled some of their memories with her and said that it was a miracle that she overcame a virus that many younger people could not.
I have to be proud and honor because of the mold she's instilled in me and the rest of the family, my brothers, cousins, and everybody. And she was a pillar in the community because she was in the church. And thank God for the life and the strength. And now she come and she contract COVID in her age, right? And a lot of people didn't make it, right? And here she is today, sitting there, a gem, I call it a gem.
You know, it's not everybody that gets to live to see 100, and that's a remarkable milestone to make. I hope I could reach it one day, and you know, I learned a lot from that woman every day, and I spent a huge part of my life growing up with her, and such a remarkable woman.
The family all sang happy birthday to Miss Joan Abraham and wished for many more years to celebrate with them.
Happy birthday to my great-grandmother. I hope you live more to see. Happy birthday, Aunt Joan.
May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you.
For GBN News, I'm Rena Pei Thomas reporting.
Indeed, totally a gem indeed, and we say happy birthday, and to our family, please treasure your treasure. This is Network News. Still to come from us, a mother of 10-month-old baby, Alea, seeking public support to address constant seizures. We'll tell you her story after these commercial messages.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Showtime shopping courts, we got all the things you want. So many ways to shop, you can pick up curbside. It's Showtime shopping courts, all the appliances, electronics, and furniture you like. Showtime, Showtime, we got it, just what you need, yeah, Courts got it.
Let's get tough on breed your larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all families, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels, and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop breeding larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report breeding larceny, call 300.
Eat safe foods after an emergency or disaster. Unsafe foods can make you sick, even if it looks and smells normal. Throw away foods that come into contact with flood waters, have an unusual smell, color, or texture, and foods in damaged, rusted, or swollen cans. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Government, private sector, civil society, academia, farmers, the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, invites you to World Food Day 2021, the virtual edition, under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life. Join us October 15 from 9:30 a.m. via Zoom, Facebook, GIS, and Real FM as we recognize and celebrate the many successes of the agriculture sector.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And network news continues this evening, and we're going to St. David. An infant's early stage of life is being disrupted by seizures. Now, her mom is seeking your help in finding out the cause and helping to give her a more comfortable life. GBN's Christelina John has been speaking to Miss Whitney Davidson.
A child, and it's so hard to see that she's a baby and she has to go through this, you know. So I'm just here to just ask the public for, you know, any little assistance we can get right now, you know, financial wise. I know it's a pandemic, I know it's tough, but any little help we can get right now would be really appreciated.
A mother's plea as she seeks your help for her 10-month-old baby Azalea Francis. From the tender age of 4 months, this infant's life has been rocked by constant seizures. According to the baby's mother, Whitney Davidson of Beaton St. David, numerous tests and scans at the General Hospital did not reveal the cause of her daughter's triggers.
The time it happened, we rushed her to the General Hospital. And then we had to do a right-away emergency CT scan to make sure nothing was going on with the brain. The CT scan came back normal, everything was okay. And then they had put her on the medication phenobarbital. So she was on that for a while, but then as time goes by, she'd been having like too much seizure in a day. So she would have like sometimes 8 seizures within one day, back to back.
A seizure can be described as a burst of uncontrolled electrical activity between brain cells, also called neurons or nerve cells, that causes temporary abnormalities in muscle tone or movements, stiffness, twitching or limpness, behaviors, sensation or states of awareness. A seizure occurs when one or more parts of the brain have a burst of abnormal electrical signals that interrupt normal brain signals. Anything that interrupts the normal connection between nerve cells in the brain can cause a seizure. To determine the root cause, baby Azalea must travel to Barbados.
They say they can't really tell us what's the cause because her seizure normally happens when you have a fever, but she don't have no fever at all, so they can't determine what the cause of her seizure. So in order for us to know what's going on, we have to go to Barbados to do a EGG and an MRI. That's the only thing can confirm right now what's causing it. We was in the General Hospital just Sunday gone. She had 3 episodes Sunday, and then she had 7 at home, and then when we reached on peds, she had 1, so she had 8 in total.
Ms. Davidson told GBN that she is worried about job security.
I guess so accustomed, I would just hold on and I would just pray, you know, and say, God guide me, you know, so, but it's stressful because sometimes, okay, like, you know, like we don't come to the hospital, she's doing fine now. Then before the month could reach, I have to either I can't go to work and I have to rush her to the doctor or the hospital depending on how much time she have it. So it's kind of frustrating because sometimes I'm in and out of work.
A GoFundMe page has been set up in the name of Whitney Davidson to assist baby Azalea. Christelina John, GBN News.
And let's move now from health to legal. New arrangements have been put in place to guide the procedures at the Magistrates Court. We get the details from Gerard Joseph.
Virtual hearings will now become a part of the new norm in magistrates' courts in all districts in Grenada. The Magistracy Remote Hearings Rules 2021 will soon be launched by the Government of Grenada to handle the high volume of daily cases as citizens seek justice in person within the judicial system. When the magistracy resumes, court hearings may be either virtual or physical. Attorney General Dia Forrester says the virtual hearings will reduce physical interactions as the country is amid a pandemic.
Consequently, the soon-to-be introduced Magistracy Remote Hearing Rules shall facilitate remote court hearings of magistrate court matters as deemed appropriate by the adjudicating magistrate. It will apply to all types of matters before the magistrates' courts, including civil, criminal, traffic, and family proceedings.
Forrester says gone will be the need for the influx of people at magistrates' courts, as the virtual hearings will apply the same principles as a face-to-face hearing.
The primary media via which remote hearings will be conducted would include video conferencing platforms like Zoom platform, the Teams platform. It may be by telephone conference or such other media as may be indicated on the court summons. Individuals will continue to be served with a summons to attend court, and that summons will have notes accompanying it, giving details as to what to do to be able to participate in a remote hearing.
The Attorney General notes the district magistrate courts have been retrofitted with the necessary equipment to facilitate remote or virtual hearings.
The government is particularly mindful that at the magistrates court level, numerous individuals are self-represented. Being conscious of that fact, provisions will be made for self-represented litigants to attend the magistrates court, where facilities are in place for them to participate in a virtual hearing.
Other changes have also been made to enhance the safety of individuals attending the court to reduce exposure to COVID-19. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Today's news conference, it was also announced by Tourism Minister Dr. Clarence Modeste-Kerwin that the government is reducing the cost of PCR tests. Heeding the outcry of Grenadians at home and in the diaspora as well as visitors, the government is now bending on the charge for the tests.
Perhaps for one individual, it is not too bad, but when you have a family, it becomes quite a burden. And we have looked at what other islands are doing, and we're saying if they can do it and they can succeed in what their objective, we think we can do it too. So, like everything else, we're going gradual. So I am announcing now that Cabinet has approved a reduction in the PCR test, which was 105 somewhere there, a reduction to less than half. It will now be $50.
And in case you missed it, let's look exactly at the figures as outlined by the minister today.
The original fee was, and I have it here, it was 150 US, which amounted to 405 EC. So now the proposed fee is 50 US, which amounts to 135 EC. So it's about 33%, 1/3 of the original fee.
And we're certain that that is welcome news for many who have been complaining about the high cost of the PCR test. And now let's cross over to GBN ISOR.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
ISOR reporter's lens captured 3 dads having fun in the sun with their babies. Historically, the role of men in society has been a more physically focused role, often the providing head of a family. As part of this, men were culturally believed to be the breadwinner, provide food and a shelter for his wife and children, whilst the women were responsible for maintaining the household and raising the children. As we move through the 21st century, there has been an evolution in the roles of men and women. Our ISOR reporter says their submission demonstrates the move towards a new equality distribution, which is essential in maintaining domestic responsibility within family units now and in the future. We thank our ISOR reporter for this enlightening submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
A day at the beach with Dad. Really nice. And speaking of beach, easement means beach days on weekends again. We speak with a few beachgoers on how they coped with the 1 p.m. restriction while it was in place. That and World Food coming up in the
Consumers Guarantee Insurance advises the public of a temporary change to their office hours, effective September 28. The new hours are Mondays to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. These office hours will continue until further notice. As we continue to cope with this pandemic, all are reminded to remain safe and follow all COVID-19 protocols. We thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Showtime shopping quarters, we got all the things you want. So many ways to shop, you can pick up curbside. It's Showtime shopping quarters, all the appliances, electronics, and furniture you like. Showtime. Showtime, we got it. Just what you need, yeah, Quartz got it.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Life's moving moments don't always work as planned. That emotional hug during the graduation ceremony, sudden sightings of old schoolmates during a shopping trip, things can go a little off track quickly. With 15-way voice and video calls, group chats with up to 1,000 persons, and free messaging, Bib helps you share the happiness and be prepared whenever life hits. Keep the good times going. Share it on Bib. Bib, more than just a messaging app. Download Bib today.
The croton scale insect, a new threat to our agricultural production, is now creating major damage to several plants. Mango, soursop, plums, guava, avocado, and crotons are among the main ones affected. Excessive sooty mold, black blight, is associated with this pest. Take action now. Cut and burn infested fruits and shoots. Do not move infested materials to other areas. Treat with horticultural oils and recommended insecticides. Request assistance from the Ministry of Agriculture. Follow all safety protocols when burning trash or applying pesticides. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
And thanks for staying with us this evening. As mentioned earlier in the newscast, people here are breathing a little easier this evening as the government announces an easing of restrictions which were imposed last month. The country went into 4 weekends of lockdown as the island experienced the first deadly wave of COVID-19 cases. Access to beaches was one of the areas affected. Yesterday, GBN's Gerard Joseph spoke with beachgoers about how the period of lockdown impacted them.
Around 2 weeks ago, restrictions covering the access to beaches were lifted from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Access to swimming and exercise was allowed under Regulation 14, whereby persons were expected to maintain a 6 feet physical distance. GBN journeyed to the world-famous Grandans Beach to gauge the opinions of regular beachgoers.
Yes, the restrictions have affected me. Not to the point where I would just melt and die away. I understand we got to do what we got to do. We got to be safe. But for me, the water, the beach is essential. and I'm just happy that the government or the people see it as halfway essential. So to 1 o'clock is good, to 10 o'clock was good, but I need the water.
The beach house, in view of what's going on at the moment with the COVID situation, I mean, I can understand why the beach has been closed. The times that they've closed them. As far as I'm concerned, I come down for exercise mainly, and I don't need very long, so I'm not too bothered about it.
It's not really affected me that bad, like we're staying safe. I mean, it's probably affecting some of the vendors most of all. I think seeing that we only got a few hours to spend on the day, I think the people should be allowed to sell the beers. Like everyone has to survive. We're here for a few hours. There's no reason we couldn't get a beer. The bars are closed. We're social distancing.
New regulations are expected this week, and with a dramatic decrease in the number of cases of COVID-19, many are hopeful that an ease in restrictions may be forthcoming.
I don't think the government is doing enough to help the people in many ways, because a lot of the people are really catching the hell. There's nothing to do. Stay at home on the weekend, you lock down, you come to the beach in a few hours and nobody sells anything. You go into the city and it's like a ghost town. How long is this going to continue? I hope it doesn't go on for much longer. At the same time, we need to be safe, stay social distancing, and wear our masks. And I think we'll be all right, man. Given another few weeks, I hope.
It is a part of my life, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's where I sit and have my conversations with the Creator. So it's everything. For me, it's like the top reason I moved here. Became a citizen because of the water. This is why I was fighting so hard to become a citizen, because I needed the beach. I really needed it. I could have lived anywhere, but this is essential for me. So I'm just happy that they still see it somewhat essential. 1 o'clock is letting me know that you see that it's important to somebody. So we just want to be safe, and hopefully they'll open it all the way up, because I love to come whenever I think about it. I don't like to just come when somebody say, okay, you can come. But I know how to be obedient, and right now we have to do that.
No picnics, parties, or other gatherings are also not allowed as part of the regulations. The regulations came into effect on September 21st and ends at midnight on October 5th. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And as we mentioned, he spoke with the beachgoers yesterday, and now certainly good news, as we've heard from the Prime Minister, that the easements have been made. People can now go to the beaches on weekends. I'm certain I'll be among the first set on Saturday. And let's move ahead now to World Food Day. Every year we celebrate that day to appreciate the amazing food we eat, but also to tackle world hunger. This day is celebrated on October 16th, marking the creation of the Food and Agriculture Organization in 1945. Let's get this report from Campbell.
As World Food Day is observed this year, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, says it's imperative that people ask themselves some tough questions and help open the doorway to insight answers. One of the questions on the listing is, an agri-food system is a complex term that may seem far from your reality, but do you know our lives depend on them? In answer, the FAO wants us to understand that every time we eat, we participate in the system. The food we choose and the way we produce, prepare, cook, and store it make us an integral and active part of the way in which an agri-food system works. The World Body highlights that a sustainable agri-food system is one in which a variety of sufficient, nutritious, and safe foods is available at an affordable price to everyone, and nobody is hungry or suffers from any form of malnutrition. And the next time you go shopping, the thought process which takes us to food security should be reflected through shelves being stocked at the local market or food store, and less food being wasted. Experts also stress that the food supply chain needs to be more resilient to shocks such as extreme weather, price spikes, or pandemics. All of this while limiting rather than worsening environmental degradation or climate change. The FAO notes that sustainable agri-food systems deliver food security and nutrition for all, without compromising the economic, social, and environmental basis for generations to come. In Grenada, World Food Day will include a virtual forum being coordinated by the Ministry of Agriculture and the Marketing and National Importing Board. Campbell, GBN News.
Certainly provoking food for thought, no pun intended. We'll be back after this break. We will have a look at what's happening around the region, across the world, and also what's happening in the wide and wonderful world of sports. That's straight ahead with Prisca Patterson this evening.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Cedella Marley, daughter of Jamaican reggae icon Bob Marley and ambassador of the Jamaican women's football team, is once again proving that she is serious about her role in promoting the women's game. This time through an initiative that she created called Football is Freedom. Kent Fuentes tells us more.
Having played a part in the funding of the Reggae Girls through the Bob Marley Foundation, Cedella has proven that she believes in the role given to her and has now sought to expand that by helping the women's game in the Caribbean and Latin America. The Jamaican and Costa Rican national women's team will meet in an inaugural charity match that will take place on October 24th at the DRV PNK Stadium in Fort Lauderdale to kick off the Football is Freedom initiative. Portions from proceeds from the game will go to both teams. Off and on the field, Football is Freedom has amongst its goals support the development of women's football at grassroots level in the region, supporting the growth and development of national teams by staging annual exhibition matches, invest in the holistic wellness of players by funding scholarships and programs that assist players with skill sets and the tools to help them succeed outside of football once that time comes. Marley said in the process of her role as an ambassador, "I have taken note of the crucial role that football can play in empowering young women through opportunities for education and professional advancement, both on and off the pitch." Through the Football is Freedom initiative, they plan to expand their efforts to other countries in the region and eventually beyond. Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
international sporting events will return to Trinidad in 2022. This from Minister of Finance Colm Imbert. Among the events announced by Mr. Imbert during today's budget presentation are international cricket and a major powerboat regatta. Kent Fuentes has more.
With the last international sporting event held in Trinidad and Tobago being the 2020 Caribbean Premier League, Minister Imbert says this will change in 2022 as government will give permission to host 2 cricket events. The ICC Under-19 tournament as well as games during the England tour of the Caribbean.
Plans are also underway for this country to host several major sporting events. The government has just approved the submission of a bid to host matches in January 2022 of the ICC Men's Under-19 Cricket World Cup. And we are considering the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board's interest in hosting some games during England's tour of the West Indies.
The Powerboat Association will also be supported in its goal to host an international event, while elite athletes will continue to be assisted in their development. He adds focus has also been placed on continued maintenance and development of national sporting facilities. Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
Delhi Capitals went top of the points table after beating Chennai Super Kings by 3 wickets in their Indian Premier League 2021 contest. This was held at the Dubai International Stadium on Monday. More in this report.
Chennai Super Kings into bat first. The informed players Ruturaj Gaikwad and Faf du Plessis were not allowed to run away with this contest. Du Plessis was out on 28 and Gaikwad fell 11 runs later.
Should be taken, will be taken.
Their early dismissals gave room for the other batsmen to spend some more time out in the middle. Robin Uthappa and Moin Ali staggered along and soon the Super Kings were on the back foot on 62 for 4. A late order innings of 55 from Ambati Raidu got them up to a competitive 136 for 5 of 20 overs. Aksa Patel had the best bowling figures of 2 for 18. Bravo did not bat. For the Capitals in reply, Shikhar Dhawan had a near runner ball top score of 39 off 35 balls. However, Ravindra Jadeja kept his opponents in check. He removed Rishabh Pant with a score on 71 and Ripal Patel when they reached 98.
It's gone, or is it? Or is it? No, it isn't.
Then Shimron Hetmyer pushed down the order, answered the call to step up for his team and got lucky on this occasion. He made a timely knock of 28 off 18 balls. Bravo came back with the ball to cause some problems near the end, but Hetmyer was good enough on the day to get them to 139 with 2 balls to spare as they secured the win. The result means the Capitals go top of the table on 20 points as they aim for a top 2 finish. Sergio Dufour, TV6 Sport.
And this brings us to the end of this sporting segment, but stay with us because coming up we have our news around the globe. Police are relying on a video confession statement only to prosecute a detainee for the burning down of the Brickdam police station. Here are the details from Travis Chase.
26-year-old Clarence Green will be taken before a magistrate this week after police say that Green confessed to setting the Brickdam police station on fire Saturday afternoon. Police, in a lengthy statement, said that during questioning, 2 prisoners who were in the Brickdam lockups when the fire broke out claimed that after they noticed the fire and were evacuated from their cells, Green reportedly told them that he had taken a piece of sponge, wrapped it up on a piece of wire, and pushed it through a ventilation hole to a section of the station which contained some documents. The sponge came into contact with the documents, causing the fire. Police said that Green was video interviewed and he confessed to burning down the police station. During that interview, Green allegedly told police that one of the prisoners provided him with the piece of wire and that the motive for his act was because he was frustrated since he had been detained at Brickdam for several hours. Green was arrested Friday morning for questioning in relation to an alleged armed robbery. Shortly after the fire, Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben told reporters that certain documents and arms and ammunition were safely removed from the building.
The inmates, persons who were held in the lockups, were removed, and the arms and ammunition were also removed, and some critical gear and equipment were also removed, were saved.
A file in the matter is being prepared. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Up to 130,000 gallons of crude oil spilled into the Pacific Ocean off of Orange Country. The oil has killed wildlife and shut down beaches. Officials say that the pipeline is owned by Amplify Energy.
Tonight, crews racing to contain one of the largest oil spills in California history. Up to 130,000 gallons of crude have leaked into the Pacific Ocean off Orange County, killing wildlife and shutting down some of the state's most iconic shorelines. Officials say the pipeline, which is the source of the leak, is 17.5 miles long. The spill located in this area, about 4.5 miles off the coast of Huntington Beach. Late today, divers pinpointing a key area of concern. The Coast Guard looking into the possibility that a ship's anchor caused the rupture.
These ships are anchored and many are waiting entry, and in the course of transit it is possible that they would transit over a pipeline.
Teams on boats deploying boom to contain the oil, others scooping it up with skimmers, desperately trying to prevent the nearly 13 square mile slick from spreading further down a coastline teeming with wildlife.
And that's it for news around the globe. As I cross back to Odette Campbell, I'm wishing you a pleasant evening.
Recapping the main points in the news this evening, government sets up prison facility on Grand Anse Beach. NDC PRO Claudette Joseph has been calling for rescinding of the decision. The Attorney General, Dia Forrester, has explained the government's rationale. The populace breathing easier this evening with an easing of emergency regulations as announced by Prime Minister the Right Honourable Dr. Keith Mitchell today. A repeat of his message will be aired at 8 o'clock this evening. That's right after this newscast. It's coming up shortly. Government Minister and Town of Grenville, Grenada, in mourning as prominent businessman Mr. Peter Bain transitions following his battle with COVID-19. A sad day for his family and our condolences to all. Grand Boy woman, meantime, celebrates her 100th birthday after overcoming the coronavirus. We did hear from Rena Pay of that day of jubilation. What a special day it has been indeed. And those are our top stories this evening. Just in case you missed any part of this newscast, you can catch up with us. We don't leave you stranded. You can find us on Facebook, Trinidad Broadcasting Network, GBN Television, on YouTube. I'm Odette Campbell. Until tomorrow, God's peace.